I hope my voice is audible. And we are live. Hmm. Okay. Seems like everything is working out. Hello, Dixit Gambit. So excellent connection. Everything seems well. Let's start by solving positions. So yesterday we did 91. hmm, Sorry, 71. Solving positions. And we'll now again going to solve more. So let me share this on my status. So yeah, we'll start in within few seconds. Okay, great. We are on 71. Hello, unknown player. Uh, and today's target is not much, but at least to solve 80. I mean, 9 more positions. Okay, so Rook d7 is one thing. Rook d7, rook into d7, rook into d7, queen a1, queen b1, take. This is something I'm thinking, but then that's not a mate. So we can eliminate rook into c1. Sorry, rook d7. Rook d8 is not the possible way. So now to stop rook a1, we have only two moves. One move. No, two moves. Queen king b1 and queen b1. King b1 looks very logical, but then rook a7 and then rook d7, then it's a mate. This one is hard. Of course, I mean, oh no, queen. Yeah, queen a2 is the answer, guys. Because rook into a2. Now I can give check. King g7. Wait, how that's mate? King g1. I thought about this, and then it's not a mate. Queen. That's not working. Rook a5 maybe, but then this something deflection. Okay, rook d. No, rook d8 is not a great move. Queen a2 I thought, but then take rook d8. Queen d8 is losing. So king g7. I can give this check, so it's not working properly. 71 कर लिया मेरे से 40 भी नहीं होता। हो जाएगा 40 कभी ना कभी। तो 71 तो हमने बहुत टाइम लिया ना, एंड लास्ट एक गलत हुआ। सो मेन पॉइंट इज टू डू टू सॉल्व इट करेक्टली. Maybe king b1, rook a7, queen a2, but that's also not so great. Queen into b4 is not great. Rook d7, then rook into d7, rook into d7, rook a1, that's losing. Hmm, नहीं भाई, लॉजिक भाई नहीं, इट्स नॉट माई आईडी। क्वीन, हेल्प करो भाई सॉल्व करने में। हाँ, क्वीन ए2, रुक into a2, रुक d8, किंग जी7, रुक g8। wow, so some, no, that's not करेक्ट वे। 100 प्लस, खुद तो खुद की आईडी से हेलो बोल दिया। सुनता है भाई, लॉजिक बाबा, यू आर रियल सुनीता, तो हेल्प मी। क्वीन b1 इज वेरी पैसिव, बैड लुकिंग, सैड मूव, बट somehow it looks like queen b1 is the correct way. Why do you know I am Sarvana Krishnan? Yes, I know, 100 प्लस जाएगा आज। थैंक्स भाई, थैंक्स, थैंक यू, बट काफी डिफिकल्ट। रुक F5, रुक इंटू F5, रुक, यहाँ पे एक नहीं आ रहा। सी, रुक A1 check is threat, we can play rook g1, but then rook A1 is mate, not mate, but yeah, winning. Rook d7 is blunder, so king b1 is the move, but then rook a7, and there I can't find anything. Queen into rook d8 is mistake, rook d7, do you know, मैंने पढ़ा ना ये, डू यू नो आई एम सरवाना कृष्णन। 100 प्लस अगर सुनीता को बुलाओगे वैसे नहीं जाएगा भाई, वैसे नहीं जाएगा, ठीक है, नहीं नहीं करना फिर मुझे भाई, नहीं करना। क्वीन ए2 अच्छा लग रहा है। हाँ हाँ हाँ, बट सबसे अच्छा, आई थिंक क्वीन b1 इज सबसे अच्छा, बिकॉज देन, बट वेरी लुक्स वेरी बैड है, नॉट वेरी प्रैक्टिकल। रुक जी ऑन, रुक डी सन, क्वीन ए4, क्वीन ए2, क्वीन b1, क्वीन b1, white is piece up, so queen b1 does make sense. Rook a7, then rook d7, and then take, and not sure. Queen b1, queen g7, queen g5, queen h6 is something which is good. Mm, rook d7 is bad. पॉन यहाँ पे होना चाहिए था, ये a6 पे। आई आई थिंक किंग b1 और क्वीन b1 इज फोर्स्ड। सब बेकार लग रहा है, और कुछ ढूंढो भाई। रुकेवन स्टॉप कैसे करे, हाउ आई कैन स्टॉप रुकेवन, देर इज नो वे। रुक d8 मे बी पॉसिबल, बट देन रुक into d8, रुक into d8, क्वीन into d8, वो तो फ्री पीस है। ओ नहीं, वो भी नहीं चल रहा। रुक d7, नहीं चल रहा कुछ। रुके 7, रुके 5 मे बी, बट देन रुक into a5, सो या किंग b1 और, so let's figure out king b1 first, because that looks very obvious सा move। Rook a7, and then I don't find anything. Queen a2, queen a4, queen b2, queen c3, rook d7, rook d8. By there should be something, rook d8 and rook g8 mate, but rook g8 is not mate. King h6 is there always. दीक्षित गैम्बिट भाई, क्या ही सजेशन दिया, रुक G1 फर्स्ट मूव में भी, एंड नाउ रुक K1 चेक इज फोर्स्ड. Yes, I think so. And then we play queen b1, queen into b1, king into b1, and that's a mate. Oh, that's a mate. Unstoppable. Yeah, unstop. What? No, but there is queen of it. Mhm. Mhm. रुक d4 खेल लो सर. रुक d4. रियली? ये क्या इंजन देख के मूव्स बता रहे हो क्या? Somehow, I feel like rook g1 should be the answer because rook a1, queen b1, take. But there is h6. But then rook g8, king h1, rook d8, and that should be winning, uh, as that's a checkmate. Queen f8, and then what? So that's the big question. Maybe I can play rook d8 then, but then queen e7. And I achieved nothing. Yeah, rook g7, rook a1, rook a7. That's another thing which is possible. By I have done the position इसलिए कह नहीं रहा कुछ. What? लॉजिक बाबा बता दो. एंड चैनल का नाम क्यों चेंज किया लॉजिक बाबा लाइव? अरे निशांत, हाउ आर यू? मैसेज रिट्रैक्टेड. वाओ. रुक F5, रुक इन क्वीन A2, क्वीन इनटू A2, नो रुक इनटू A2, रुक D8. वी चेक दैट. भाई रुक G1 रुक K7. मैंने देखा मैसेज. रुक G1 रुक K7. रुक G1 इटसेल्फ. भाई रुक D4 किसी ने तो सजेस्ट किया था. कौन था वो रुक D4 सजेस्ट करने वाला? अनुज. यही था चैनल नेम. ओके दुष्यंत भाई, मैंने मुझे लगा ओनली लॉजिक बाबा था. एक्चुअली ओनली लॉजिक बाबा ज्यादा अच्छा लग रहा है इंस्टेड ऑफ लॉजिक बाबा लाइव. इतना डिफिकल्ट पजल लेने का किसी को भी नहीं आना चाहिए, चैट में भी नहीं, खुद को भी नहीं. रुक जीवन. हाँ. रुक G1, रुक K1. नो. रुक रुक D4 भाई. रुक D4 feels like impossible calco move. Queen B1 is one move, then Queen G7, but then Rook D8. Yeah, so Queen B1, Rook A7, and then Rook D7. That works very well because take Queen F8. I can play maybe King D1 and King E2. Oh, so yeah, I'm thinking about Queen B1, and that's my final move, which I'm going to play within 1 or 2 minutes. Let's calculate Queen B1. Uh, Vedant Bhai is here. वेदांत भाई आते, वेदांत भाई बोलते हेलो भाई, और वेदांत भाई जाते. बाकी कुछ नहीं. बट वेदांत भाई इज गोइंग टू बुडापेस्ट गाइज, सो टू प्ले वन वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग अबाउट 2200 इवेंट. सो अगर पॉसिबल होगा तो उनको ऑल द बेस्ट दे दो चैट में. जस्ट से ऑल द बेस्ट टू देम, हिम. क्वीन बी वन 8. B3 is another problem. Yeah, queen b1 b3 is lost. भाई जल्दी खत्म करो इससे, अरे मुझे आना चाहिए ना, मैं कल खत्म करो मतलब। हाय साहू। रुक D7। ओके भाई। रुक D8 दैट्स नॉट वर्किंग। रुक D4। किसी ने तो रुक D4 बोला था। ओ रुक 1 D4 इज मे बी पॉसिबल गाइस, बिकॉज रुक 1 D4, रुक A1 क्वीन B1 टेक टेक, लेट्स से B3। वाओ, दिस इज मेट। वेट रियल, क्रेजी, क्रेजी। रुक D4 अनुज, वेरी नाइस। रुक D4, रुक A1 क्वीन B1 रुक B1। रुक D4 is just beyond imagination. Yeah, logic Baba, I'm going to play this because that's true. New problems. Queen E8। अब क्या खेले? I think king D1, right? King D1, queen H5, king E1. But then, yeah, there is no rook G7. So king D1, this king E2. Comment जैसे डाल रहे हैं, I don't think is, but yeah, maybe possible, yeah, maybe possible. King D1 and just king escapes. I don't see any other way for black. Now king D1, there is rook G7 and then rook G4. King D1, queen H5, king E1, rook A1, rook D1. लॉजिक बाबा तुमने कितने किए थे आज के स्ट्रीम में? किंग D1, क्वीन H5, किंग E1, रुक A1, रुक D1, किंग D1, रुक A1, किंग E2, क्वीन H5, किंग E3। रुक E1 check, but I can play F3 and then this खत्म। Take take, no, that's not over. Can we play rook D8? No. Can we play rook B4? No. So seems like king D1 is only way. King B1, rook A7, and we can't stop this. There is no queen A2 type moves. So king D1 is right. Queen H5. I can't play F3. That's a blunder. So king E1 is only move. Rook D1 is only move. Rook D1 is only move. Wow. Now we are battling with study. मेरी सिलेक्शन हो गई। I have done this previously. What was the idea of rook D4? There was a check. So rook E1, queen E1, knight E1, rook F2, rook E2. So rook E1 is of course not a correct move. Knight F2. So there must be some move which is basically a waiting move. Something like this leads to this. That's a draw. Knight f2. Knight f2 is one move, possible move, then queen a5. Or maybe queen e3. Yes. So basically there is always a stalemate threats. That's why knight h2 we can play. King g1. Hi. Uh, Knight h2, king g1, knight f3, king f1. Knight h2, king g1, rook e2 maybe. Queen d3, knight f3. Yeah. So first thing is knight. First thought is knight h2. King g1, rook a2. Sorry, rook e2. Wow. Then this check. Then this. This check. Then this. Yeah, should be winning. But then queen b2 at the end of the moment. End of the answer. I'm not sure. Yeah, knight h2. King g1. Knight h2 somehow looks forcing. Let's say if I don't play any king g1, rook e2, queen into d3, then knight f3. And then if king f1, then rook f2. If king h1, rook h2, that's my answer. So knight h2, king g1, rook e2. After that, we have two moves. One is queen g7, one is queen c7. Other moves, not good. So queen g7, knight g4. ठीक है. Queen c7, knight e5. Maybe this knight e5. No. Yeah, this knight e5. King f1, not so convincing. Yeah, not so convincing. Rook h7 maybe, queen into d3 and then rook h2, but then this check. So eliminate rook h7. Uh, just a waiting move, rook e3. Not very convincing. Maybe rook f7, king e2. Rook f7 is something very forcing, right? Then king e2, knight e1, king d2, knight d4, knight e5. Everything is not working. So not sure though. Knight h2, king g1. This is also not good. Hmm. Knight h2. Not sure. Knight h2 check, king g1, rook f7. Idea is rook f1 checkmate. If queen into d3, knight f3, king h1 is not a mate. Oof. Rook h1 first move. Oh, queen into d3, rook h1, king e2, and then rook e1. So rook h1 first move. Hmm. Rook h7. Rook h7, king, queen d3, now rook h1, king e2, and then rook e1 mate. So rook h7, there must be something, which is king e2. Finally, we found a forcing move. Uh, Knight f4, rook h2. Yeah, knight f4 is forcing. King d1, rook d7 check, king c2, and then yeah, so seems like rook h7 is at least rook h7 should be correct. I'm not sure. Hmm. Very confusing position. I mean, the problem is, oh, there is rook b7. No, there is rook b7 isn't a move. So I'm going to make rook h7. No, wait. Rook h7, king e2, knight f4, king d1, rook h1, king c2, knight d5 maybe. Rook h7, king d2, knight f4, king d1, knight d5, knight d5. Then not sure. Rook h7, king e2, knight rook h7, king e2, knight f4, king e3, rook e7. Rook h7, king e2, rook h2, king d3. Somehow rook h7 looks good. King e2, knight f4, king d1, and I'm trying to find something. Rook h1, king e2, sorry, king c2, or there must be something. But apart from rook h7, I'm not able to find any other move. Yeah, there is a move, rook a7. Wow, rook a7 is also nice. Queen into d3, then rook a1. Queen h8 is one consideration here. And that's not working. Knight h2, king g1. There is nothing forced after that. Yeah, very, very hard puzzle. True. Rook a1 takes knight d2. It's not possible. So we can eliminate rook k7. Let's consider rook h7 as a one option. Rook g7 is bad. Rook c7 is bad. Rook f7 is maybe possible way. Something knight move is also possible. Something. So the thing is here, white. Something like knight c5 looks good, but then queen e3, knight h2, king e2, and that's most likely a draw. So the answer should be like two or three moves, but very this one. I mean, very forcing. So rook e1, queen e1, knight e1. So I'm not sure. Hmm. Yeah, maybe rook h7 is one move. Rook a7 is another move, but then queen h8, and then this, but then this. Maybe knight h2. What if just waiting more knight f4? Then that's not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure rook h7 is the correct move, but somehow bit hesitant to play. Hmm. Knight c1, knight b2 is another move. No, there must be like first move must be rook move, and then I'm going to play this. It's a wrong move, guys. So, anyways, uh, let's analyze this. Wait, so queen into c3, knight h2, king g1. Oh, yeah, this is just winning. Not so. I missed rook h7. I mean, check and rook h7. So, okay, let's do the next one. Here, ed2 looks forced, otherwise, there. No, queen d3 is there. So, queen d3 or ed2. So, queen d3, king d1, e2 is one move. Queen d3, king e1, ed2 is one move. But then king f1. Everything looks winning here. Maybe some checkmate ideas. What rook e1? Queen d3, king d1 is losing. King e2 take king f2. Even king f2, rook e1, then rook queen into d3. E takes d2, king f2. Now queen d3 seems valid. King e1, e takes d2, king f2, and then queen into f3, king into f3, and rook e1 does make sense, but not here. Maybe rook e1, queen into d3, rook into d3. Yeah, no, these are super hard positions. Maybe I can say just impossible at my level. Yeah, ed2, king f2, dc1, rook c1, queen f2, queen g2, queen f4, and then take. So that wins. ed2, king f2, first move queen h2, then queen f2, that's also wins. Queen g2, sorry. That's Wednesday. Take, and then there is this. So let's go with ED2, and it's wrong. 72 is all-time high. So not bad, but not good. What was the correct answer here? Um, Wait, what's the move? Rook H1, Queen D3 is correct move. What's wrong with ED2? King D1. I missed King D1. That's the problem. King F2, Queen H2, right? Yeah, I saw this. Overexcitement and loss of patience by Rook D8. Who? Rook D8. Impossible to find out for me. Rook D8 is. No way I can find out this. No way. So it's better not to solve such puzzles. So let's do some. Wait, what's this? Why? They're always trying to gamify this kind of puzzles. Okay, just ignore this. Play puzzle. I'm going to play puzzle rush now. 3 minutes. Yesterday I scored 43, which basically they are showing today, maybe today. Yeah. So let's try to do 44. Friends, okay, Bortanic is my friend. Wow. 58. 58 is for now, 58 is impossible, but uh, some FM scored 46. Then this King Tushar scored 46. There are a lot of FM, Akash and some Logic Baba 51. My Logic Baba 51. Wow. So let's try to do that. So this is easy. Well, it depends on mouse score, but still 51 is just crazy. Crazy good. Maybe I need to ask Logic Baba. What is the secret of this? Because even though mouse speed is great, I'm not sure I can go until 51, but yeah. Queen F1, take, and this is when here, what should I play? Queen D6. Sometimes we are 21, 22. Within a minute, we managed to get 23. So next minute, at least I should do. Okay, Queen E1, Queen into F2. Luckily, these are easy ones for until now. B5 or C6. Okay. Queen into F1 is made. Bishop D6. Okay, we are on 33 in almost 95 wins. No. Okay, not bad, guys. 35. Uh, Bishop into G3 looks. No. Overexcitement doesn't help here. Wait, is this correct? Wow, I was not expecting, uh, to be honest. Hmm. This, but then Queen E1. Maybe this. Now this. Okay. No, these are difficult now. I mean, not very difficult, but for puzzle rush, I mean, it's difficult. Maybe 4, knight f2, 41. Rook d3 was the answer. That's a wrong way. I got too excited. Maybe, but the thing is, if I do something wrong, they are giving easy position. So let's try to at least do 41. Uh, Not 41, 44, sorry. Without getting any more wrong is the scale actually. So take, queen and 12 to d1, rook h1. This is mate. This is mate. I will take this piece. Then this is mate. So this is mate. I can take this. Okay, 20 in 1 minute is good. I can take this. Okay, there is rook here. This is mate. This wins. This wins. This wins. Hmm, okay. F takes g3, queen 8. 31 in first half is decent. Queen h3 is bad. I knew queen h3 is bad, but I'm not sure should I spend more time on uh, find the correct answer, or maybe I just okay one and I can take, or no, yeah, this wins. Queen g6 is forced, I guess, and then queen b1 and h2. Okay, I think take f2, yeah? Yeah. And there is nothing. I can take e4, queen d1, ef3. Uh, phew, knight g4 maybe. Now rook d1. How's this winning, guys? Wait. Knight h2 check. Oh no, man. Ah, okay. Let's try again. So 41 is seems like I'm doing 41 regularly. So I can do 43, sorry, 44, which is highest score. Uh, okay, this is winning. So this is winning. Rook h1, knight g6, knight h4. Rook e6 is, I believe, yeah, this is correct. If g3 is free, This is good. Uh, this is correct. Mate. Okay. This is not a mate. I don't think I will make a high score in at least in this set of positions. No. What? Yeah. Poof. Queen F8 and I missed. Queen into F8. Okay, what about 5 minutes? My score 5 minutes is little bit easier because I don't have to keep any big goals for 5 minutes. As you can see, my best score is 52 last week only, and then 63 is botnet best. Oh, by 63 is difficult. 57. So let's try this to solve Puzzle Rush 50. Puzzle Rush 5 minute. Hmm. Somehow I need to improve my mouse skills. This is easy. Yeah. No? Then what was the correct move? These are kind of. Okay. Why I'm solving too fast? Okay, Queen C3, CB2 looks correct, and then BB2, yeah. And now Rook C1. Yes. Rook E5 is correct. I feel like no, I should take this and okay, I'm getting a Rook. Here Queen C. Wow. King G8 is correct because this is checkmate pattern I believe somewhere. Yeah. Now rook into f5 is correct and rook d5. I'm getting a free piece. This pawn and game must be winning by playing c5. Okay. D2 and then I'm getting a piece. Queen of Sun, Knight B7. I win this quite easily. I think. Yeah. नहीं. भाई टाइम आउट क्यों दिया? टाइम आउट क्यों दिया भाई? एनीवेज. सो अरे पूछा क्या उसने मुझे कि बिरयानी के साथ रायता क्यों देते? ये क्या सवाल है? तो मैंने टाइम आउट दे दी. तुम पहचानते हो लॉजिक बाबा अनुज को? लॉजिक बाबा को हम अभी ट्राई करते हैं स्ट्रीम पे खुद की बेइज्जती करना. तो लॉजिक बाबा को हम बुलेट का चैलेंज भेजते. अगर लॉजिक बाबा ने एक्सेप्ट किया तो अच्छा है. बट मुझे लगता नहीं है लॉजिक बाबा करेगा एक्सेप्ट. चलो देखते हैं. स्टैंडर्ड 1 मिनट. नहीं भाई वन कैसे करते कस्टम चैलेंज? हाँ. ओपोनेंट. फ्रेंड. ओके लॉजिक बाबा बुलेट. भाई अनरेटेड लगते हैं उसका रेटिंग बहुत ज़्यादा है तो मे बी उसकी वजह से वो ना एक्सेप्ट करे. देखते हैं. रुक जाते हैं 1 मिनट के लिए. अगर किया तो सही है. अगर नहीं किया तो रहने देते हैं. तो आई विल प्ले बुलेट गेम्स बहुत दिन. भाई लॉजिक बाबा ने चैलेंज एक्सेप्ट किया है. काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग बुलेट प्लेयर है लॉजिक बाबा. तो आई एम नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग मच आउट ऑफ इट. बट देखते हैं. रेटिंग डिफरेंस देखो भाई. रेटिंग डिफरेंस ऑलमोस्ट 300 पॉइंट्स का रेटिंग डिफरेंस है. तो दैट सेज अ लॉट एक्चुअली. आइडिया इज 94. मुझे काफी उम्मीदें हैं लॉजिक भाई से कि वो ऐसे ही हरा देगा मुझे. ये क्या फोन पे खेल रहा है क्या? भाई गजब. आई थिंक लॉजिक बाबा इज प्लेइंग ऑन हिज फोन. फिर भी इतना अच्छा खेल रहा है. सो टाइम प्रेशर में जो मेरा गेम बकवास हो जाता है. सो उसका क्या करे? हाँ. ये लॉजिक बाबा. भाई रीमैच तो एक्सेप्ट करते. रिकमेंड बिरयानी के साथ रायता क्यों? रिकमेंड एनी पजल बुक टू इम्प्रूव टैक्टिक्स ड्रास्टिकली. ड्रास्टिकली. लॉजिक भाई लैपटॉप सामने होगा तो आ जाओ. नहीं तो नहीं तो छोड़ दो. टैक्टिक बुक वुडपेकर मेथड इज गुड बुक फॉर टैक्टिक्स. 1001 chess positions for club player is something I recommend to everyone. That's very good. uh yeah, those are two good books. Nobel. हम एक और स्ट्रीमर को करेंगे चैलेंज, जो जो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है एक्सेप्ट करना, जिसका नाम है नीतीश बेलुरकर। बहुत बड़ा स्ट्रीमर है वो, अ, बहुत ही बड़ा। चेस विथ व्यूअर्स ऐसा नाम तो रखा है उसने। वो क्या कर रहा है भाई अभी? कुछ तो किसी के साथ तो खेला है उसने। छोड़ो, बट आई डोंट थिंक ही विल एक्सेप्ट माय चैलेंज। बट स्टिल देखते हैं, अगर उसने किया तो अच्छी बात है। सो न्यू गेम, प्ले अ फ्रेंड, किंग एनबी इज समवेयर राइट? या किंग एनबी, 3 मिनट, सेंड चैलेंज। किंग एनबी इज करंटली प्लेइंग, पॉसिबल ही नहीं भाई, छोड़ो। बड़े इंसान है। रिकमेंड एनी पजल बुक भाई, कर तो दिया रिकमेंड। सो लेट्स प्ले सम बुलेट, दैट्स गुड वे टू। रेटिंग जो ये इतना ही, नो। या दिस इज टिपिकल equal position. So I can exchange this because now my both pawns are in light square, right? So it's good for me actually to keep pawns on light square. But now I'm going to close this entirely, and then let's see if I can do something. Uh, there is nothing, literally nothing. Oh wow, ये कैसे ड्रॉ हो गया? What repetition mean? अच्छा repetition, okay. So new 1 minute. So uh, e4, ed5. So now queen e2, and my plan is to play g4 maybe. So take f4. Okay, so take king h1, y bishop g4. I'm lost. Khatam. Okay, he missed this. सुधीर, बुलेट बहुत खराब खेलता हूँ यार मैं। वेरी बैड, वेरी बैड इन बुलेट। सो इट्स बेटर इफ वी डोंट प्ले। You can see this, like how bad I'm playing. So take. There is nothing he can. बुलेट में कौन ड्रॉ करता है भाई? बुलेट। ओके, लेट्स try to attack, although not a correct way. Random attack. That's why my bullet rating is less. Uh, what are you playing bad? Are you bad bullet player? I'm bad bullet player. I can't play. Uh, I lose always, always. Look at my rating. Yeah? I mean, in general, I play online very bad. That's why my rating is very low uh, compared to any other players. Look at this. Doesn't make any sense. Rook d1 and I'm just losing. Anyways, I'm not going to play more bullets. So I lost a lot of points. I sent email to yeah, crazy. Are there any games? I think chess.com has this event page, right? So we can see some events going on. 404 for event. It should be events, right? Okay, member, not member. Yeah. लेट्स प्ले ब्लिट्स बेस्ट ऑफ थ्री आ गया भाई लैपटॉप पे तुम्हारे लिए भाई आई एम प्लेइंग ब्लिट्स अगेंस्ट सॉरी बुलेट अगेंस्ट दिस गाय कॉल्ड लॉजिक बाबा प्ले ऑनलाइन चलो भाई हम खेलते हैं 8 से 10 मिनट सॉरी गेम्स प्ले अ फ्रेंड लॉजिक बाबा ओके रेटेड अनरेटेड भाई अनरेटेड ही रखते हैं so, ओके देखो लोडिंग के पहले ही स्पीड भाई गजब दुष्यंत भाई गॉट टैलेंट ये क्या ही खेला हो भाई ये ऐसे अगर खेला तो वेरी बैड वेरी बैड दुष्यंत भाई इज ऑल्सो नॉट प्लेइंग वेरी गुड बट बट मच 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 बेटर देन मी दैट्स द डिफरेंस भाई ये मेट हो गया मेरे ऊपर वाह B6 खेलना था आई शुड चलो भाई रिजाइन देखते हैं अभी कितना मैं स्कोर कर सकता भाई फाइनली माय वेपन चलो मस्त हम करेंगे भाई इसने तो ड्रॉ नहीं ली ली काफी डिसरिस्पेक्ट की बात है या देर आर मल्टीपल थ्रेड्स नाउ सो आई थिंक समथिंग शुड वर्क एट लीस्ट ये क्वीन C7 maybe this you can take this ये क्या है भाई you can take this ओ नो। चलो भाई, कुछ तो अच्छा हुआ। समथिंग इज गोइंग गुड। ओके। नो मैन, आई जस्ट मेड अ ब्लंडर। हम्म। हम्म। क्रेजी। So it's 3-3, and I think we are going to play 10 games. Okay, let's play knight f5. Very risky and strange move. Unnecessary move, maybe. Yeah, very unnecessary. Giving pieces will actually give nothing. Yeah, so yeah. So maybe take, and then take. I can take, right? Oh, oh, what a move. I'm not sure what's happening here. Yeah, भाई, व्हाट स्पीड भाई। ये स्पीड मैं कभी हासिल नहीं कर सकता। Okay, at least I'm not losing. Wait, what? मैं खुद ही Oof, crazy speed, Dushan bhai. Chindigiri Pro Max. Yeah. 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 This is actually good. So take, and I can play my rook is trapped, guys. Kadam. No. Somehow there is some chance to crazy blood speed, Dushan Sharma. Crazy. I'm going to get self-mated, I think. Hey, no. Okay. भाई we can play last two games है 10 कर देते हैं. Yeah, maybe. Wow, this is just very interesting position. Hmm. Wow. Okay. Question by last game. क्या? Challenge decline. No, no. Okay, accepted. गजब का understanding. Yeah, this is much better for black. Sorry, white. Nice. And it's looks like it's over. Over. Well done, Dushan bhai. So it's like, anyways, guys, now we are going to end the stream. But before that, yeah, Dushan bhai GG. मैं खुद कमेंट डाल नहीं सकता. हाँ, okay. I can put comment. Dushan bhai GG. Good score. Uh, Maybe next time I will do bullet with viewers or something like blitz with viewers, maybe. But not sure.